Okay. Will be more people joining in a minute, but thank you for everybody who's here already. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the web class from stress to emotional freedom for parents or anybody else who's come. Most welcome. Stress affects all of us, and it's been probably one of the top problems, let's say issues, hang-ups, or things that have been going on in our lives. We've got a lot of changes happened over the last 1.5 years, and for some people maybe it's brought about good things as well, but for a lot there's brought about a lot of other additional logistics, additional things we have to arrange, we have to live with, we have to deal with, a lot of tragedies, a lot of people being sick. So there's all these additional things that keep on piling on to our lives. And it all looks like it's causing us a lot of stress. So what I want to propose to you today, you might be skeptical, you might never heard of it, you might think, oh, I don't know what she's going on about. But I want to propose to you that you do have power over whether you feel stressed or not. And we will explore that very shortly. First, just something about me. I'm full-time mom. I help parents to overcome stress via coaching. I home educate my 3 children. I live in Reading with my husband and my 3 kids. Just over about 3 years ago, I discovered something called the inside-out paradigm, also known as the principles, which is a psychological understanding that turns everything inside out, basically. And it transformed my whole life. And especially, it finally, after a long time of searching and reading lots of books and attending lots of classes and all sorts of things that we do as parents to be the best parents we want to be, it gave me the ability to parent with ease, with stress-free and peaceful, and develop that relationship I wanted to have with my kids, to be the mother I wanted to be, and a lot more. Like, it transformed every relationship in my life, from with people, with books, with Allah, with my deen, with my everything and anything you can think of, basically. But parenting was on my top of my list, so that's why I've I trained with Mamoon Yusuf and other coaches to share this paradigm, to share this understanding with other parents, so they can also parent with stress-free and with peace and have that connection with their children and with all the other relationships in their life. And it's become my life's mission to take at least one parent, one person per household, per family through this transformation, because that's all it takes. One person who's grounded, who has the understanding, who can help everybody else in their family, who can be the rock, who can be that stress-free person we can go to when we need to, or our children can go to. So, like, it's my life's mission to take at least one parent per household in the world through this paradigm shift. And inshallah, let's see how far I get. But I'm so glad you're here today. And yeah, stick around till the end to find out more. And I'll also be sharing my parenting calm recipe for everyone who stays till the end. Yeah, so let's get started. So what is the mindset shift that we need to have, that we want to have, that is available, that is possible for everyone and anyone who wants it. What is that? So let's explore further. Where does it look like stress is coming from? So in the paradigm that I used to live on, and that a lot of people innocently live in, is the paradigm that stress comes from external circumstances. Stress comes from having to homeschool our children now. Stress comes from having work or not having work, looking for work. Stress comes from family being together all the time, from kids being noisy, and whatever examples you want to put here. It looks like stress coming from deadlines, from work we have to do, from all the dishes that constantly pile up and seem to just boil out of the sink. Stress comes from having to cook. Stress comes from having an argument. Stress comes from children not listening. So there's all sorts of reasons we can find, all sorts of because of this, because of that, because of this. So innocently, a lot of us live in this paradigm of that stress is coming from all these external circumstances and there's nothing we can do about it. We'll just have to live stressful lives. That's it. We're destined to do that. But that's not true. I'm going to propose to you that that is not true. We do actually have a choice. Allah has not made our mind, our psychological experience in a way that all the external circumstances dictate how we feel. We actually live from the inside out, and I'm going to try to explain to you in the short time I have to the best of my ability. And see, please, try to listen to beyond what I'm saying, try to look for your own insights into your life and see where we can take this. This misunderstanding that the external circumstances, that the people around us, that the conversations, that the deadlines, all these things are the cause of our stress, has been, or cause of our feelings, any sort of feelings, has been the biggest deception since the beginning of time. So it's quite a big statement I'm making here, but just bear with me and let's see where it comes. So what I'm proposing, what I'm saying, what the reality, what the real actually reality is, how our mind works and how we experience life, is that stress actually not only comes from one source ever. And that is from our own thinking in the moment. If we think stressful, we will feel stressful. So until now, we've taken out we've given the external circumstances direct power to cause us stress, and we've taken out the middle man, let's say the middle thing that actually is like a barrier, like a protection, like a net that protects us from the external world. And that is thought in the moment. When we say that the external circumstances, that the other people, that the lockdown, that the homeschooling, that the work is actually causing our stress, we've given all those external circumstances the power over us. And we're saying, oh, we're the victim here. We cannot do anything. The external circumstances have all the power and they're causing us direct stress and all these things. But actually, the way Allah created our mind is that he's put this barrier in between us, and we actually have a choice. We don't have to have stressful thinking. We don't have to have a stressful feeling. We will only feel that if we think stressful, and we can use our free will to think about anything in any way without the stress attached to it. And this is the shift in the mindset that I share. And anybody who wants to have the emotional freedom from stress, who wants to experience life like this, like from the inside out, this mindset shift is the only way I know, the only way that has really changed my life into a stress-free life. And this is what I share, and that's my mission to share with everyone. And it's also called the 3 principles of psychology and the inside out paradigm. Not enough people know about this, that's why I'm sharing it with you. And it's really, it's a deep understanding of how your mind works, and it's the only way to gain emotional freedom from all that emotional roller coasters, from all that stress, and to gain freedom from the external world that is causing us so much stress, and to go within, to look at the deeper meaning of life, to look at the deeper meaning of how our mind works and how our psychology actually works, and how did Allah actually create it. And He's given us all the tools and the safety actually to stay safe from stress, from sadness, from fear. But why we haven't seen it until now is because we've been living in a false paradigm. We've been living we've been living with this idea, with this misunderstanding innocently, that the outside world has direct power over us and there is no safety net, no barrier in between. Like a child is like being noisy, annoying, is talking back, that's it. It's caused our anger straight away, but that's not how it works. There is a barrier in between. There is a choice for you to make. There is you can choose how to react, you can choose how to think about that situation. The outside world does not have that power over you. Before I came across this, I knew stress is no good, and I didn't want to be stressed. I didn't want to be that stressed mom and get stressed about little things and these things and that things. But it was not enough not to get stressed, because I still thought that all these external circumstances were causing my stress. So I kept working hard on trying to solve all the problems, trying to get rid of the stressful situation in life, but that didn't happen. And it was just not enough just to say to myself, oh, don't get stressed about this, about that, but that is causing my stress. How can I not get stressed? So it was always in that sort of situation. It's only after studying and deeply understanding how Allah actually created our mind and how it actually works, I have become a stress-free mom. That's not to say that I never fall into the misunderstanding, but I can really gladly, happily say that, mashallah, I am able to parent my children in a stress-free way, and you can notice it, and my kids notice it too. And this is really the only way I've come across in my life, to have that emotional freedom from all those emotional roller coasters, those stresses, those hang-ups, those arguments, and all those things, to get freedom from all that. And I believe it's been the biggest blessing in my life I received from Allah, to have come across this understanding, to have been able to study it, to learn it, to see the implications of it in my life. And to benefit from it, and inshallah to benefit others from it. So I know there's a lot to share, and if whoever's heard it for the first time, or if you've been following my emails, you've probably heard me talking about these things, about living in the moment, about presence, about all these things. These are all come part of the transformation, part of this understanding. Once we clear up the misunderstanding, all these transformation happen really effortlessly, and parenting does become effortless. And I mean psychologically effortless, not physically effortless, but psychologically effortless, because now you have a choice. Do I get stressed about my children not doing this or that, or behaving in a certain way? No, you can parent in a stress-free way. You can deal with consequences. You can deal with behavior in a calm and stress-free way. You don't have to let the outside world dictate how you feel. And that is real freedom to live your life the way you want to live it, without all those external factors dictating how you should, or how you should feel anyway. So just gonna, as I mentioned, let me just see. Mashallah. So the second point was, what did Rapunzel teach us about emotional roller coaster? And whoever's seen, it's actually from the film called Tangled. I don't know if whoever's seen here, if you can take yourself to the scene, back to the scene when Rapunzel leaves the tower with Ryder. And she's for the first time on the ground, and she's going through all these experiences by feeling it via thought in the moment. And she goes through this emotional roller coaster, and it's such a great example. And actually my sister pointed it out to me, and I'm very, very grateful for her, because I think this resonated with a lot of people, this example, and all credit goes to her. But yeah, Rapunzel goes through this roller coaster. Basically, she's left the tower and she's very, very happy at first. She's like running around and enjoying the grass, enjoying all these new experiences and all these things. But and yeah, so she's very happy. So to remember, the circumstances are the same. She's left the tower, and now suddenly she's starting to think about, like, oh my gosh, I've left the tower, my mother is gonna come back. And then she gets all these sort of things, it's gonna kill her that I have left the tower. She's gonna be really upset. So she goes into this sort of stage, like from happy to sad, happy to sad, sad to happy, happy to sad. Like, so what I would want you to think about here or notice is that the circumstances stay the same. She's left the tower, she's done the act, she's done the action. But what is changing in each moment where she's going from happiness to sadness, from sadness to happiness? So in the movie, whoever hasn't seen it, basically she switches between these two scenes, and then Ryder standing in the back is like, oh my gosh, when is this emotional roller coaster gonna end? But basically the point I want to make here is, like, what changed is only thought. The circumstances didn't change. One moment she was having happy thinking about the circumstances, and the next morning she's having sad thinking about the circumstances, and then next moment she's having guilty thinking about the circumstances. So the circumstances hasn't changed. So how come the same circumstance didn't just cause her one feeling? If it was true that circumstances cause feelings, then she should have felt about it in the same way, but she didn't. She had all the human emotions probably you could have in those whatever 5 moments that go on in the movie. 5 minutes of sad, happy, guilty, angry, feeling of being free, feeling of, well, I was fed up of that tower anyway, so feeling of fed up. So every and any feeling you could have, she has in those moments. So how come she can have all those feelings about the same circumstance? If the circumstance is causing her feelings, then it should stay the same. So this is the point I want to make here. And maybe if anybody has questions there, I'll definitely have loads of time in the end to answer questions, inshallah. So to the last point I wanted to make today was, how do we support our children through this? Obviously, we've been going through a lot of different circumstances, different types of changes, and now children have to deal with that too. And who are they going to look up to? They're going to look up to us. How are we dealing with this? What are we doing? So simple answer is, have support for yourself and have grounding yourself, so you can actually be available for your child. If you're stressed out, if you're not able to deal with the whole situation in a balanced way, then our children will just copy that. So they're watching us, everything we do, especially the young ones, like from young onwards, like how is mom behaving when external circumstances happen, when things happen, how is she reacting to them? Is she in control? Is she not? How is dad reacting? How's mom reacting? They're always watching us. So we really need to have that grounding ourselves. We are fortunately or unfortunately responsible for that, for our behavior, how we show it to them, how we act, how we react or not react. So they are, unless they see us handling life with balance, they won't know how to do it either, and they will grow up to be children, adults. Well, we're raising adults, we're not raising children, they are children, we're raising adults. If we don't give them the right role model right now, then how they're gonna know how to handle life with balance, and how to react and behave in circumstances. And the other point I'd addressed briefly was like, with all that, everything that's going on, and people have to go through all these different circumstances, real empathy now, after having this understanding, to me is just being available for another person without any hidden agendas. And by hidden agendas, I mean that without any of those things that, oh, if I support the other person, I'll feel better. If I get my child to stop crying, then everything will be okay, then I won't be stressed anymore. But I am not comforting my child so I can feel better, or even so that they can feel better, because that's also a hidden agenda. I'm doing it with pure intentions of being present for their sake, without any exceptions, to get anything in return. That is real empathy. So this is something I had insights around going through my own transformation and training. But when you can be there for somebody else without any hidden agendas, it's actually something completely different than just having that sympathy or the empathy that, like, oh, okay, if I'm there for them, then I'll get something out of it. Or if I'm there, if I'm comforting them, then they will feel better. It's always like, you can see there's always a hidden agenda behind it. But if you can be there for someone else, just with your presence, with your full presence, without anything else on your mind, it's something completely different. And yeah, all this becomes easily possible with understanding how our mind actually works. Yeah, that was those 3 slides. As I said, we'll do some questions shortly. Before that, I'd like to share a story with you about levels of belief. So this is a story I was told by my mentors, and it's really, really impacted me in terms of like different levels of belief, and really opened my eye to it. And I love the story like this. So the story is told with Muhammad Ali, the boxer. Maybe many of you might have heard of him. So the first level of belief is like a friend or somebody you trust telling you about how Muhammad Ali, the boxer, punches really hard. So a friend is telling you that Muhammad Ali, the boxer, he used to punch really, really hard. And obviously, if it's your friend or someone you trust, you would believe them. So the first level of belief or transformation is like that somebody is telling you that a stress-free life is real and transformations are real. Just like Muhammad Ali punching really hard is also true. So that's the first level of belief. The second level is about how you go and watch Muhammad Ali punching someone hard. So you go yourself and watch with your own eyes Muhammad Ali punching someone hard, and now you're like, oh gosh, okay, I've seen it with my own eyes. He definitely punches really hard, just as my friend shared with me. So this is the second level of belief. You watching, like, let's say you watching a friend going through a transformation in a group setting, or you're very close to someone and you see them going through a transformation. So that's like the second level of belief. But where I want to take everyone is to the third level. It's where Muhammad Ali punches you and you get knocked out because he punches so hard. And this is where you yourself is going through a transformation and becoming that stress-free mom and dad parent, or foster parent, or whatever else relationship, brother, sister, son, daughter, nephew, niece, wife, husband, whatever else. If you become stress-free in one area of your life, it definitely has a knock-on effect on all areas of your life. So if you go through the transformation of becoming a stress-free mom and dad, it'll definitely have an impact on all your relationships in your life. Why am I sharing this with you? I'm saying, what's the point of this story? It's like, I can share all that I know with you, maybe here, or maybe I've shared a lot in previous master classes, and I will keep on sharing. And it might benefit you for a little while or somewhat, but only by experiencing it yourself. Like I said, by being punched yourself and going through that transformation yourself, you can get the whole benefit in your own life of having the inside out understanding, or and having that stress-free life. But yeah, all I can do is provide a safe space and share what I know, and for you to go from that stress to emotional freedom by taking you through a step-by-step process of this transformation and supporting you throughout it. So you can, when get you to a place where you can support yourself and your family. And like I said, all it takes is one person to go through, to become stable, balanced, sane, to not be stressed, and the whole family benefits. Yeah, imagine what it would be like to live without stress and emotional roller coasters on a daily basis. The knock-on effects are amazing, and have that peaceful, happy, connected family that stays together and laughs together. What do you have to do to get this? Not much at all, really. I mean, attend a group coaching session 3 times a month. In these sessions, I will take you through the step-by-step process of the lasting transformation that will leave you stress-free and create that emotional freedom that you want, inshallah. I assume that's why everybody is here, because they do want that emotional freedom. They had enough. They're fed up of having to live this stressful life. So that's why I'm here, and I'm sharing whatever I know, and the only thing I do know, which does work, to get you to that stress-free space. And for anybody who's never done anything like this, so group coaching is like, it's done in small sessions, everything is shared, and it stays with it. Everything that's shared stays within the group. Just to support your progress and transformation, you'll also receive 2 of my courses, which cover much details about how to make parenting effortless, and also give you more training examples about the inside out understanding and how to go through the paradigm shift and the transformation. So how to make this transformation now? Well, all you have to do is literally invest in yourself for a period of 12 months. I only work with people 12 months at a time, because that's, I know, is the best way to take you through the whole transformation, to make sure everything is you have a deep understanding to actually live that stress-free life for the rest of your life. It's not a temporary effect, it's a lasting effect. And yeah, I can definitely guarantee you that. Attend 3 group sessions a month. All replays will be given and you keep them for life. So you can listen to them as many times as you want. Bonuses included right now are like I said, access to the Access for Life to do courses for effortless parenting with at least 597 together. And I'm also including 6-time one-to-one sessions, which you can book at any time throughout the year. Let's say there's something you want to talk about which you don't want to tell in the group, then you can book these sessions with me, and they're worth 797 at least, and they last between half an hour and 45 minutes, so to give you loads of opportunity to get all the help and support you want. And all this is only for 47 a month right now, or a one-off payment of 450. You save 2 months worth of coaching if you pay as a one-off payment. Price will be going up soon. And I also give a 30-day happiness guarantee. So let's say you really don't like me, you don't like to work with me, after a month, then you get your first month's payment back. And if you paid in full, you get that back. And yeah, no hard feelings, you can depart. It hasn't happened to me yet, but you never know. So yeah, go to coachsafia.com/join for there's more information on that page as well. And the deadline to join this is 1st of February, which is Monday, 1st of February. I have to give a deadline, otherwise, yeah, as I said, like this price is not gonna stay for long. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. So we'll go into Q&A, and I'm gonna put this link. This is the link to the Google Doc. It's the Google Doc for the parenting calm recipe. So everybody who's here, you can copy and paste that or open it, and you will be able to download that and keep that. And yeah, let me know what you think of that, if it's actually any good or not. But yeah, anybody has any questions? Yeah, happy to take any questions or any feedback or any insights. If you want to raise your hand or you want to type in the chat box, I can unmute you. But thank you for being here and sticking it out with me. Yeah, I kept it like quite short today because I wanted to have more time for Q&A. Or yeah, you can ask your questions in the chat box anonymously. I won't mention your name. Or any feedback anybody would like to give. Love to hear if you found it useful, if you thought like it's ridiculous, or what kind of what I propose, that stress is not coming from your external circumstances. Have you heard of it before? Some of you here have heard of it before, or yeah, the replay will be available. So everybody who's watching the replay, they can, if they have any questions, they can email it to me. So I will be sending out the replay in a bit. So if you missed the beginning part, you can watch that part again. Anybody here who's never heard of the inside out paradigm before? Anybody has? I wish there was just a quick solution to give everyone that could just take all your stress away. But this world is a world of means. We have to take up the means to get the results. And this transformation is it like I said, it doesn't actually take much effort. All it is like your willingness to come to sessions, to listen with an open heart, to yeah, to be open to a new paradigm. Basically, this is the first paradigm in psychology, and it's the first three principles in psychology that are constant, that are reliable, that we know we can rely on, and the way they transform our life is quite fascinating and amazing. But it doesn't happen like quick, like in an instant. Some of it does, but it takes, like, you have to take a means to an end, and the means to an end is like to stay in the conversation, to go through some training, to go through some unlearning. It's really not hard. It's actually a lot of fun. Like I had every time I do any sort of training, any listening, any coaching, it's I love it. It's the insights we get. It's amazing. Rapunzel roller coaster dates. Yeah, it's a brilliant example. Yeah, the step-by-step approach. Yeah, definitely. So the course provides the introduction, and whoever is already in my program will be benefiting from that as well. So I'll be going through it. Everybody will be going through it again, because that's how we learn, through reminders, through repetition, through seeing it in our own life. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. Like we're experiencing that yeah, we are not yeah, that how to handle things, and like, yeah, not the feeling of not being good enough for our children, for our mom, not being a good enough mom is very hard to deal with, and I can completely relate to that. I dealt with it for a long time, but these are all beliefs and limiting beliefs often we have as well. We beat ourselves up unnecessarily, and when we have someone who just points it out to us, not a family member or someone that's very close to us, because often it's more difficult to hear it from them, it just transforms our whole life, because sometimes it's just a very simple shift, or a very small limiting belief that we need to drop, but it just upgrades our lives so much. And yeah, that's my intention, to take you through a program that will upgrade your life, and it also doesn't give you more things to do. It's not going to be like homework and you have to do this and that. It's actually obviously it's up to you how much effort you want to put into it, but it's actually to take things off your mind, and then you'll be able to do what you need to do from that place. Society is promoting that being a mom is not enough. Yeah, the only feeling that these kids are the most precious gifts from Allah is the main thing that gives me strength. Yeah, mashallah. Yeah, they are a gift from Allah, and that's why I always felt so much pressure as well, like in terms of getting it right and all that. But there is that as well. Obviously, we need to put effort into it and make sure that we are good parents and that we're doing it with the right intentions. But there's also we can also take too much responsibility. Like we are not responsible for their guidance, that Allah is responsible for that. And in a way, previously I think I almost took responsibility for that as well, but it's Allah who guides them, and Allah opens their heart to different issues we cannot open their heart to. And yeah, there are definitely mindset shifts that we can have as a parents who make parenting so much more blessed and easier and stress-free. Yeah, yeah, and that Allah is definitely, Allah has given the mother a very, very high degree. So that's where we need to get our value from Allah, not from the people, not from society, not from even our own children or our spouses. Allah is the one who's valued mothers, who valued parenthood. So yeah, subhanallah. So yeah, it's been really amazing. Thank you for being interactive in the chat. Although nobody wanted to talk today, but so I think enough talking for me. But if you have any more questions, comments, feedbacks about the class, or if there's anything you would like me to discuss in any other masterclass, or you have any questions about the program, feel free to be in touch. You can reply on any of my emails, and I'll be happy to get back to you at any point. But yeah, anybody watching the recording as well, if you want to have any questions or feedback, I highly appreciate it. Otherwise, yeah, thank you, Jazakallah khair again for everybody who came, and I will see you all soon, inshallah. Thank you. Bye. Assalamu alaikum.